Okay, I'm here to talk about Jim Calaway, and it's probably important I be honest. My relationship with Jim really centered around one thing. I know what you're thinking. Not about money, it's about food. Everything with Jim was about food. And so I had lunch with Jim on a regular basis. Jim ordered for both of us. Jim ordered dessert for both of us. I was looking forward to my New Year's resolution of not letting Jim force me to have dessert, but I didn't quite make it to the New Year's and didn't quite have that chance to tell Jim I wasn't going to have any more dessert because I had to watch my health. I would gladly get fatter and heavier and eat all the desserts he wanted me to have lunch with Jim again.
I was honored to be asked by Connie to speak about her husband, Jim Calaway. I met Jim many years ago, and I was always very pleased to spend time with him. I spent time with him in Carbondale at the theater, and he would interview me, and we would have wonderful questions from the audience, and I always felt that he cared about what he was asking, and he cared even more about what the answers were. I've never met a more generous person in my life who was involved in so many different aspects of the Valley community and generally. And he was somebody that had so many different interests, and he put his money where his mouth was. He really talked about and did issues for children, for hospitals, for the arts, for animals, and for civil rights. We had a wonderful time comparing stories about Democratic conventions and where the Democratic Party was going. We hit it off very well. I loved coming down to Carbondale ahead of the theater appearances and having dinner with him and Connie and just talking about everything. I am known for the pins that I wear and the signals that they send. So today I decided to wear an angel pin, and in addition to that, angel earrings, because Jim was an angel on earth and is now with the angels, and he will be dearly, fully missed by all his friends here in the Valley and everywhere. There was no more generous or gracious human being than Jim Calaway, and I'm honored to have been his friend. Thank you all for everything that we're doing to keep honoring Jim. We must keep doing that and carrying on his good works.
But I think of myself as a beggar for a great cause. It is the cause of justice and peace. It is the cause of education. It is the cause of good health and jobs. It is the cause of the Democratic Party.
One of the joys of my life is getting to know Jim Calaway. It's a great thing about being in Aspen. He had such a wonderful spirit. You'd sit on that front porch with him. He'd pat you on the knee. He'd start telling you stories. He cared a lot about everything from the animal shelter to the Aspen Institute to the depth of values that we all have to live by. And if I think in any given day what's wrong with our society, if I had one sort of remedy I could do, it would be to try to make every single person a little bit more like Jim Calaway. Just that wonderful laugh, that twinkle in the eye, and that willingness to just explore new ideas. He's exactly what the Aspen Institute was all about, what Colorado Mountain College is all about, and what the Roaring Fork Valley is all about. It's just great memories we all have of Jim Calaway.
Harvard University, which is a great school if you can't go to Texas. Harvard, a couple of years ago, had its sociology department spend a lot of time to do research, it cost them a lot of money, I'm sure, on what it is, what single thing makes people the happiest. And what they came up with, if they had just picked up the phone and called me, I could have told them just right then. I know. What they said it was is giving. That's what Harvard, that they came up with as a conclusion. Giving in all kinds of things, like you said, a child or a neighbor or whatever is giving is a great source of happiness.
Jim Calaway, what can I say? I sit in the Calaway Academic Building at Colorado Mountain College in Spring Valley. So many students here have benefited from the generosity of Jim and certainly of Connie as well. He has such a legacy at Colorado Mountain College. He sponsored the theater program. He helped to bring care up to our campus. He founded the Board of Overseers. He's an honorary degree holder. He's a commencement speaker here. We will miss him greatly. And I certainly won't know what to order for lunch at the poorhouse, since I never had to think about that because Jim always ordered for me.
Hi, friends of Jim and Connie Calaway. It's Carrie Mortgage Family Foundation, and I just want to share a couple stories that my husband and I have lived with forever from Jim and Connie over our lifetime. Our first story is Jim just had a passion for Colorado Mountain College, and he shared his passion with anyone and everyone that he could, because he knew it was the right thing for the citizens of Colorado, and he was right. So Jim convinced my husband and I to give a gift of 7 figures to Colorado Mountain College, and it was the first time we ever put our name on a building. That was 100% Jim, and if you know Jim, you know that Jim doesn't take no for an answer. My second story is of Jim Calaway and Aspen Institute. His passion was clearly Aspen Institute as well as Colorado Mountain College. And you can see that as when they blended it with the Walter Isaacson School, housed at the Mortgage Center in the Aspen campus. The Aspen Institute is such an amazing institution that Jim convinced us over the years, after giving the first CMC gift, to give another gift to the Aspen Institute. And that gift brought the first Mortgage Fellow. And the Mortgage Fellow today works on 2-gen poverty alleviation. I know something near and dear to Jim's heart. Then the last thing that a lot of people might not know about Jim Calaway was his passion for animals. I do have my dog in this spot. Her name is Nina, and Jim always had animals in his life and did a lot for animals in the community. But what our community in Aspen may not know is that my husband and I bought Jim's 2 mules and his jackass. So not only did we give $1 million to the college, but we bought Earlene, April, and Sassy the jackass. So Jim will always have a special place near and dear in our heart.